on a ship of fools, on the river of insanity. People used to go on boats just to wave. They were taking in the act of creation. They lived, they enjoyed, and they celebrated in its becoming. Now, do we even have thoughts of doing such things that require so much effort for such little personal satisfaction? Today's experience of simple things seems to be disintegrating so quickly that they almost have the appearance that they were never really solid to begin with. They're becoming a distant memory of pasts, which seem out of reach from being out of touch with our true nature. These photos of times remembered seem to be remembered, but not by the I, rather by the other. Those times seem like someone else's storybook, becoming myths and fairy tales that seem either too good to be true or so far removed from our current reality that it's almost implausible, I would even say laughable at times, to believe these stories and images to have ever been real. We are riding around in circles on a ship, in supposedly shark-infested waters, in the dark, with no captain, inside our three-ring circus, thinking we will reach new worlds and believing it all to be real. Yes, indeed, we are on a ship of fools, but the only ones we are fooling are ourselves. The passengers are not what they used to be. The passengers are not who they used to be. Now people are either hiding in their workers' quarters, watching from the sidelines, or jumping off the boat entirely. Those who remain on the boat as passengers are not seeing happily waving. Rather, they are flailing and running and attacking other shipgoers. There is no tranquility. Even when surrounded by the activities one predisposes to characteristics of peacefulness, this societal harmony is eclipsed by overstimulating pollution of every aspect of the material realm. That said, we are cluttered with tasks of maintaining the illusion. It is in itself a paradox of the nature of things. We are caught in the Creator's trap. The very thing that is defining us is also destroying us. Our lives are filled with busyness, preoccupation with multiple tasks and organization, yet we have less and less time for the things we enjoy, and more ways to distract ourselves from living and being in a world that seems to be coming apart at the seams. This is us. We live, we love, we fight, we die, we dream, we laugh, we run, we cry. We do our best. That is more than the average person would get if not for the things that we have done. We have differentiated from the general societal issue and created a form of comfort more than adequate to be considered anywhere in this world. But at the end of the day, it's all a lie. So at this point, we're all indistinguishable from each other. We all wear the same mask of fear. We all think the same things. We are all an identical product of the illusion. We are all separate and have no connection, yet are unable to separate the connection that lies at the heart of our existence. So when we try to identify with our fellow man, we feel it to be almost impossible to do so. We're absolved from the identities that we struggle to contain, yet these very identities are the main source of our potential threat to the world and ourselves. These identities are the source of our potential destruction and the root of our greatest possibilities. The very essence of us, which is still seeking to become alive, which is still seeking to feel, is so caught up in the search to know our purpose, in the search for meaning, in the search for identity, that too often it becomes a precarious balance between knowing too much or not knowing enough. The unraveling of the illusion becomes apparent, and reality begins to reveal itself through the fabric. The veil begins to thin, the weight of the past becomes heavy, and the heaviness of the future unbearable. And our masks, well, they begin to crack from the pressure. The cracks start to draft into the winds and the emptiness wells up. Our ears begin to ring, but our conscious mind drowns out the noise. And we lose the ability to hear. And we're blinded by our power. This unlearned power we are both comforted and disgusted with. Yet it is our power. But it's also by the power of our identity that we identify less and less with unity. define us is the very thing which is tearing us apart from the inside out. But it doesn't have to be this way. It never did. The pressure that we feel from the world is a burden that has been placed upon us by our own making. The anxiety of the world, the fear of being in this world, yet not of this world, the stress of unfinished business, the hunger for the things we think we need, the insecurities that will run out of time. These uncertainties do not have to define us. We can escape the reality of illusion and exist in the realm of truth, a realm of possibilities only limited by our own concept of reality. We are beings that have been designed in a way that drives us to seek something which we cannot define, but know that we manifest this search in the way that we try to find some sort of meaning in everything we come across. It is not a conscious manifestation of this search, yet it is there. It's part of who we are. It's part of what makes us who we are. This is the nature of the game. Man's search for meaning is the search for an illusion of truth in the game of existence. The search for meaning is man's hopeless quest for eternal happiness. And the search for meaning is man's never-ending quest for home.